surprisingly good shape, considering I reread it every single winter. Um, but yeah, perhaps a little odd to be pulled out of um, mental death spiral by a book that's essentially about how much life sucks and the fact that we're all doomed. But, yeah, Oxford Latin Dictionary. Which may not mean much. Okay. The Oxford Latin Dictionary is like the Oxford English Dictionary, except for Latin. The Oxford English Dictionary is sort of the be-all and end-all of English dictionaries. It's actually available online, I think for subscription. The Oxford Latin Dictionary is not available online, and is approximately 2,000 pages, and usually sells for about $350. It's on sale right now for 50% off if you have the special holiday promotional code that my Latin professor sent to everyone in the class. And decided to take up the offer, and it's shipping as we speak. So I should do a whisper video of just reading pages out of the Oxford Latin Dictionary. See how that goes over. So why don't you just read the dictionary in a whisper video? I don't know who should do it. I almost want Serene Whispers to do it. It'd be fantastic. Anyway, sorry. I'm lost in imagination land. But yeah, I was gonna spend $350 on a dictionary, but $187. Yeah, that seemed a little more reasonable-ish. Give me a break, I'm crazy right now. Right now, you say? Anyway, what else? Not much. Went to a reading of Oedipus Rex. A former professor of mine did a translation of Sophocles, of Oedipus Rex. I'm not sure if he's doing Oedipus and Colonus and Antigone as well, but he finally finished after like 5 years of working on this thing, and a local theater group put on a production of it, not full production, just a reading. So I went to see that, and it's really quite a lovely translation. I tell you who my professor was, and you know, the university publishing house through which his work is being published. But I have this kind of thing about giving out my university name and that kind of personal stuff over the internet. If I recognize your name and you ask nicely, I might tell you. It's a lovely, lovely translation. It's very, it's very tight in form and meter, which is hard to do if you're translating ancient Greek into English, and not just into English, but into English verse. But he did marvelously well, and he's well known for this. But at the same time, it's very conversational and very accessible. And anybody could listen to this Oedipus and know exactly what's going on, as opposed